Good morning, everyone. I know. You say we are almost there. We're not. There we go. Must be Monday. Everything's moving just a little bit slower today. I apologize. Come on. Making me a little anxious here. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're already a minute in. Now I'm going to give it just a few more seconds. It's trying real hard to get to you guys. See, it doesn't work if you guys aren't here, so I think we made it. All right, we're going to let it do its thing. We're going to move on. No middle of the road solution. All right, you guys. Good morning. I know I am late. I got some text messages. My grandkids kicked my butt this weekend. And yeah, I needed to sleep in. So I intentionally slept in. I didn't turn on my alarm and just let my body rest because it needed it. Those are things that sometimes we need to do. Hopefully this is hitting. So, oh no, it's hard to do this stuff when you're in the middle of it. So it says it's doing something. All right. So you guys, if you're here, please say hi. Whether you're doing the live or you're doing the gosh, there it is. Okay, everything's doing it. Must be my computer. So, what I want, if you're here or watching the rewatch, say hello. Let me know that you were here. It still isn't hitting, guys. So I'm sorry. I mean, it's slowly doing it. So before we get started today, I wanted to talk about boundaries. Right? Boundaries are very, very important for us. I'm gonna let you know I'm not quite awake yet. I'm not even close. So, boundaries. You know, we tend to deal with a lot of other stuff, and especially when we're new in the program, we have a lot of people giving us unsolicited advice. Isn't that the fun one? The unsolicited advice, especially from normies. Why don't you just do this? Just do it that way. We're under watch too. You know, I remember when I was new in the program. I didn't allow myself to have more than $1 on me when I left the house. Okay. And that dollar was for the basket. That was it. I didn't trust myself with cash. I wasn't allowed to take the card. The card wasn't in my name. Wasn't allowed to have it. So, yes, there are boundaries put on us from the very beginning. These are boundaries we should put on ourselves. It feels like we're locking ourselves down. But if we do it ourselves and we take boundaries and we work ourselves with boundaries in the very beginning, you're going to find that you're going to be able to make healthy boundaries when you get into the program a little bit more. Other things may happen and you might have to put up boundaries. I do not think any of this is reaching anyone. So, I do not know. Wow. Somebody was going by on Buckley very, very fast. All right, let's get to this. We're going to have to do the rewatch, unfortunately, if it even hit it. So, until we came to the program, our lives have been spent running from pain and problems. Escape by way of alcohol or other chemicals was always our temporary solution. Then we started going to meetings. We looked and listened, often with amazement. Everywhere around us, we saw failure and misery transformed by humility into priceless assets. To those who have made progress in the program, humility is simply a clear concoction of what and who we really are, followed by a sincere attempt to become what we could be. Is the program showing me what I could be? I don't know. Is the program showing you what you could be? How is that done? My thought would be that it is done by example. So, are you seeing examples in the rooms of what you would like to be? I certainly hope so. If not, go to a different meeting. Hey, you will find it eventually. Okay. Like there are different types of people. AA meetings tend to go certain ways with certain people in them. Okay. If you as a newcomer do not feel like you are welcome at a meeting, please feel free to attend another meeting. It's all right. Number one, I would tell you, nobody's probably going to notice. Some people will notice. I'll notice. I notice when new people leave. That is because when I'm in a meeting, I am looking for the newcomers. That's why I'm there. I'm there for the newcomers. Otherwise, don't bother showing the fuck up. I mean, that's what I was told. I was told, Dion, if you are not going to go to a meeting and be there for the newcomer and run your mouth with experience, strength, and hope, don't bother going. And that's what I've done. That's what my sponsor told me to do. There's a solution. Almost none of us like the self-searching, the leveling of pride, the confession of shortcomings with the process requires for its successful consummation. There's no suggestion in there. In fact, it's kind of saying if you don't, you won't. Hey, it made it to Facebook. It took 7 minutes. 7 minutes. So hopefully Facebook is with us. YouTube, I don't think is ever going to happen. All right. So we don't like any of this, okay, which the process requires. But we saw it really worked in others, right? We saw other people that it was working in. We saw that and we want that. So we go after it. Okay. Sooner or later, we're going to become the people that other people want stuff from. And that's when the program really starts to take effect. That's when the program takes hold and kind of takes over your life, man. When therefore we were approached by those in whom the problem had been solved, there was nothing left for us to pick up the simple kit of spiritual tools laid at our feet. We have found much of heaven and been rocketed into the fourth dimension of existence of which we had not even dreamed. The great fact is just this and nothing less, that we have had deep and effective spiritual experiences which have revolutionized our whole attitude towards life, towards our fellows, and towards God's universe. The central fact of our lives today is absolute certainty that our Creator has entered into our hearts and lives in a way which is indeed miraculous. He has commenced to accomplish those things for us which we could never do by ourselves. Now, this right here there is a solution on page 25. Okay. Isn't that a 9th step promise right there? We're not really into we're not really into it yet, but isn't God keeping us sober from day one and we're not realizing it yet? Isn't that kind of how it works? So, all right. Let's finish this up. I pray for humility, which is another word for perspective. That's a good way to put it. I don't know that it's another word for it, but I would say that once I have humility in my life, my perspective definitely changes. A level look at the real me and where I stand in relation to God and other people. It can only be done from within. And you don't need to tell anybody else. You don't need to, no, this is between you and God. I tell you, God knows. It doesn't matter what I what I think. God knows. And if I'm not being honest with myself, I know it. May I be grateful to humility. It is the processing plant through which my raw hurts and ragged delusions are refined into new courage and sensitivities. Today I'll remember humility restores my sight. Or gives me sight. I don't know that I ever really had any true humility in my life or that I even understood it until I got sober. So I don't know that I ever had it. Maybe as a kid when I was just learning and I didn't really know much. But even then, I think I was a pretty selfish kid. I was a very needy kid. So, and I always felt that way. I always felt like I just got another problem going on and I'm interfering with my parents' life again. It's kind of how I felt. That's why I grew up very quickly so that I didn't have to rely on other people in order to do things for me. So I became pretty self-sufficient by the time I was 13, 14 years old. Helped my mom pay her bills. My mom's sober. My mom's very, very sober. I'm extremely proud of her. So please don't ever take any of that wrong, okay? I love who she is today. And she's been working hard in our community for a long time. Okay? Behind the scenes, taking no credit, humility. So, all right, guys. Well, Darth and I, we're gonna go hit a noon meeting, man. I ain't go to a meeting this weekend, so I'm gonna go hit a meeting, get in my my God chat, and maybe there's gonna be a newcomer there. I don't know. I always go to a meeting with the intention of helping somebody else. I hardly ever go to meetings for me. I was just taught different, I guess. Maybe I feel different. I don't know. In the beginning, I went for me, but not anymore. Now I go to meetings for other people, which in turn keeps me sober. So I am doing it for me. Who knows? It's working, right? Have a great day, guys. All I know is there's no middle of the road solution. Hang out in the, what does Mr. Miyagi say? Squeeze like bug. You hang out in the middle of the road, squeeze like bug, man. Okay? So, get on the sidewalk. Stay on the sidewalk. Okay? That's your lane. All right? Stay in your lane. Love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow on time. All right? Love you guys. Peace out. And have a day. I love you guys. Bye.